Yes, here we are. I can't believe it. Another day for Beyond Cancer Live with Marina. I'm so excited to be here. I want to talk to you if you're on your cancer journey or after, if you found my YouTube because you were looking for tips to help you through treatment. My channel is here to help support you through what that looks like. There's a lot of videos on support through chemo, and there's a playlist for that. There's videos for help through radiation and surgery. I am a 2-time breast cancer survivor of triple negative breast cancer and BRCA1 positive for a genetic mutation. My treatment plan consisted of chemo, double mastectomy, and then I had a recurrence of a new tumor at year 5. And so that's what you'll see on my channel is the videos after having after being told I had cancer again. And I had 2 little kids. I had a 2-year-old and a newborn, and that's the journey I took. So there are vlogs here for you, and that's what's going on. I do updates every now and then through a little bit of like a day with me, and I am now 4 years out from treatment, and I just had a appointment this morning actually. So what does it look like to be a survivor? Um I literally just had a telehealth appointment. So being a survivor looks like taking the steps to continue to take care of yourself. So I'm cancer free after a lot of chemo, 31 infusions and 30 radiation and double mastectomy and a couple lumpectomies, one benign, but ended up with a staph infection. So it's been a total ride. I don't know how else to say it. It's been very stressful at times. Um, it's just been what it is. And I honestly don't know life without doing that. Not that I don't anticipate myself always being on this journey. That's not my goal. My goal is to be healthy and enjoy my life. But because of this genetic mutation and because of this cancer risk, this is what I've had to do to get to where I'm at. And somebody might need to hear that today because when you're in the middle of the storm, you're literally in the middle of just the craziness of appointments and then things not going your way. When things didn't go my way, it looked like this. Like I'm in chemo and I just can't wait to just keep ticking them off one by one, right? Get to number 4, number 5, and I'm trying to get to like 12 Taxol. And my treatment gets paused because my labs are not good, right? My blood work is like your immune system's too low or your iron's too low, and I would get so frustrated, and that wasn't my plan. I went into the infusion center that day to get another chemo done. And so I'd have to pause and I'd have to get shots to boost my immune system. And that would cause like some bone aches, like everything had side effects. But it would always go the way it should at the time, because when you need the break in chemo, you need the break. Your body needs a pause. If you need a blood transfusion, you need it. It's going to help you feel better if your hemoglobin's very low. So it was just one thing at a time and really loosening my control over how it had to go, how it had to look. And this goes with anything in life, not just cancer treatment, but any time in life that you hold on so tightly that it has to go a certain way and it doesn't, the letdown is so much bigger. It's so much more stressful. And I have felt that because I've lived that. But I promise if you just kind of like loosen your grip a little bit and let go of exactly how it has to happen, still pay attention, still be your own advocate, but let go of how it has to happen, you will get where you need to be. You will. You truly will. And I just want to remind you of that because I've been on that crazy ride. And I'm so thankful to be here as a 2-time breast cancer survivor, telling you that you can still get to where you need to be. And I don't know where you need to be. Sometimes I don't know where I need to be. I'm using air quotes. But if the goal is cancer free, I'm getting there. I know that. If the goal is to have like no, nothing light up on a PET scan, we're getting there. We're doing it. And we're going to get there one day at a time. And the first comment on, so since this is live right now, you can comment. I'm just realizing I don't have my fancy backdrop. Okay. First comment on from Jay Malogan 9736. Did you have reconstruction on your radiated side? How is that doing? Yes, I did. Now let's be clear on this. Actually, I already had reconstruction done when I was diagnosed again. And that being diagnosed again is when I had to do radiation. I didn't do it the first time. So I've had radiation on a side that already has an implant done, and we just hoped for the best. And so that side's doing fine. It is a little harder than the other side. When an implant is in there, it's kind of in a capsule, is how our chest can kind of work, right? It's like in this pocket, if you will. So that capsule can get hard from radiation. It's called like encapsulation. So the idea is to radiate and wait and then put like an implant in. Radiated skin is really hard to work with. It just can be. It can be hard to heal. So you have to really ask your surgeons a lot of questions, lean into their expertise, and follow the timeline that's recommended because you want the best results. But that side is doing fine. It's a little bit like tighter on that side is how I'd explain it, but that's just how I had to do things because I already had breast reconstruction. Then I had radiation after being diagnosed again. So kind of unique, but it's fine. It is what it is. All right. What do I have? I have some fall. Do you see my fall leaves back here? All right. Next question, Isa. Hello, Marina. Long time sending positive vibes to you all. 3 years of no evidence of disease from lumpectomy. Ultrasound of Tuesday last week shows no evidence of disease. God is great. Oh, I just say that with such enthusiasm because I love to hear from other people that are on this journey that can say, like, I got there, I did the thing, and I'm getting my scans done and everything's clear. We need to hear those wins because I think a lot of times, especially with social media, it's our brain and social. It's kind of like designed to like send us to negative sometimes, like to send us to the like the oh my gosh, can you believe, and so we only see like when people aren't doing well, like it came back and, stage 4 and poor prognosis, whatever. I feel like sometimes we only see that. And I want to remind you that there's a lot of stories like Isa and me that are survivors that are adding years under their belt of being cancer free. And you can do it. You can do it. I promise. I want to mention before I go on too long to remind you, if you need to contact me, email me at info@marinablackford.com. Wait, does that sound right? No, just email me. Yeah. info@marinablackford. And let me see if I can get this on here. But I work with women that are in treatment and out of treatment. I'm a certified life coach and holistic cancer coach. So I basically can be your treatment companion if you need that during treatment. So you're going to send me a message, go to my website, marinablackford.com, and you can book to talk with me there. But I have very few spots that I take for those kind of coaching because it's so intimate. But I have a spot that opened up. So I want to make sure that you guys know that I do that. I can be your treatment companion if you need a coach through that time. All right. Jay says, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. It's really important to hear this stuff. The internet's just full of craziness, and this is your corner, your safe zone to come and have a live, feel supported, and find videos that'll help you. All right. Update with me. I am big time. I don't even know if in the middle, but I am I'm in marathon training mode right now. I mean, it is like I eat, sleep, and run. and breathe marathon training. So, for those of you that don't know, I'm a runner. I enjoy running. I don't always do marathons, but something, in me has pulled me back to them. So, my story was I Boston qualified, which is huge. You have to run very fast for a very far distance to qualify for the Boston Marathon, and I did that 1 week before I was told I had an aggressive breast cancer. And that was 10 years ago. It was wild. I went through chemo, double mastectomy, and I ended up getting to Boston running it. And it was one of the greatest days of my life. And I say that with such enthusiasm. It was just incredible. Um, year later marrying my husband, a year later having my son, greatest moments of my life. And then I was told I had breast cancer again. So it took me a while to get back to another marathon. It took me 8 years, but I ran New York City last year on behalf of the Young Survival Coalition, which is an international nonprofit that has support for you online. So if you want to check them out, they have great resources for the breast cancer community, particularly 40 and under. And, I raised money for them last year, and I ran the New York City Marathon. It was incredible. I loved Boston. There's I just absolutely love New York, though. There's nothing like New York City. It's imagined for 26.2 miles, there's just people cheering you on. It's incredible, and it took me about 4.5 hours to do it, and I feel so blessed to be alive. I get to run, and I am so proud that I can raise money for cancer research. For that last year was in support of breast cancer. This year, I am running on behalf of Team in Training, and I am raising money for cancer research. Um, this year, I'm raising money for blood cancer research, which is leukemia, lymphoma, and myeloma. And I need your help, guys. I really need your help because we're getting into the holidays here in the United States. I'm going to put my link right now in the comments. But if you have gained any insight from my lives, from my videos, and you want to throw me a tip, I'm literally talking like $5. Please donate to my race fundraiser. I can't get there without you, but I am running the Disney World Marathon on January 11th, and I'm about $1,500 away from my fundraising goal for Team in Training for Blood Cancer United. And it takes every one of us to just pitch in and make a difference in the world. And it's really powerful, the research they're doing with any cancer, but they take this research and they can train our bodies to fight the cancer cells in our body, and it's immunotherapies, and it's just incredible. So if you can give anything, I would appreciate it. Blood cancer is really unique in that we think of cancer like I have a tumor, let's just get in and remove it. A lot of people view cancer that way, and it's easy to view breast cancer that way. But there's so many different types of cancer. There's so many different types of breast cancer, how it's fed, let alone like blood cancers. We can't just go into a blood cancer, leukemia, and remove a tumor. It has to be treated systemically. And that's why when we get confused with breast cancer, like, why can't we just remove the tumor and move on? Because cancer cells are so tiny and can be floating around in our body. And if we don't eliminate all of it with immunotherapy, with chemo, with hormone blockers, whatever it is, then you risk it advancing later in life, like it's showing up in your liver or something. And so that's why it's important to get after your treatment plan, but also for me to help research like this so we can fight cancers that don't just have a tumor to remove. We can't just, when you have myeloma, you don't just go in and remove a lump. So that's why I'm raising money, and I feel very, very lucky and proud that I can do that. And I remember that every day I'm out there running miles and miles. I can't do it without you guys. I really can't. Jay, are you on an AI and would you ever consider a clinical trial? I am 3 years out from surgery, 2 from end of treatment, and was offered a study for high risk recurrence. They are trying Fosilidex as in AI. That's an aromatase inhibitor. That's what AI stands for in the cancer world. Um, Great question. So, no, I'm not on an AI because having breast cancer 2 times, I was triple negative. So, it was not fed by hormones. It wasn't HR positive or ER positive, none of that. So I'm not on AI. Would I consider a clinical trial? Yeah, I would consider one if my oncologist talked to me about everything. What it looks like, the risk, right? The risk to benefit ratio, that's what's called in the medical research world. What's the risk to the benefit? And usually in clinical trials, you're so closely monitored. I mean, so really the biggest factor with a clinical trial to me is can you do the time commitment in your schedule that makes sense for the goal, right? If I'm at 10% risk of recurrence, and this brings me down to 2%. How often do I have to go? How long is this gonna take and what could be the side effects? And we go from there. So I would consider it, absolutely. I don't wanna live with a high risk of cancer. Um, but keep in mind that stuff comes with side effects. So it really depends on you. And that's the kind of thing I think is so important when I work with people, when I coach people through treatment or also coach moms, overstimulated moms. So if you're in that category, shoot me an email, please. Go to my website, marinablackford.com. Um, when I talk to people in coaching, it's important that we understand all the options in the whys, but no one knows the answer to any of this stuff but you. We are all so unique in what makes sense in our life and what we can do. And so again, I can tell you, I mean, I've told you guys, I've told you I've done chemo. There's videos on why I did chemo and radiation and surgery, things like that. But only you can do what's right for you. And I hope you make those educated decisions well. That's what I would say. Thank you for asking. What a great, great, great question. To reduce my cancer risk, I've had a full hysterectomy, ovaries removed. I did do that, and that's what I did. Um, I had a doctor's appointment this morning. Circle back. Who's my ADD people here? I had a doctor's appointment this morning, which was telehealth to review my endo screenings for this year. So this year I had a colonoscopy, my first one. I'm 41. Ugh, colonoscopy. Um, Nothing's bad about the colonoscopy. The fasting's fine. The procedure's fine. It's the elimination that is not fun. So I had that done recently and an abdomen MRI done recently. Both results came back clear, look great, no polyps. So I am good to go for a while on my colonoscopy. But for an abdomen MRI, I will be getting that or an ultrasound yearly, and that's for risk of pancreatic cancer. If you have BRCA1, a genetic mutation, you will likely be told at some point they need to do these things to do screenings internally, right? It's called endo. So, um, something else to think of. If you already have a cancer team, an oncology team, uh, these are things that they should be going over with you, right? Okay, what's next? I'm all clear. What's the next screening? What does that look like? So it's very important to be your own advocate. Usually in life, at 40 and at 50 and at 60, like these decade, milestones should be a flag to know that if I haven't done a major screening, I should be asking, when do I do my colonoscopy? Am I at risk for any other cancers that we should be screening for? Those would be questions I would ask when you go see your oncologist yearly or even just your doctor yearly. Comment on from Isa. I'm on AI and Astrozole for 7 years. Was on 2 clinical studies during chemo in 2022. Very beneficial, and the 2 studies were approved now by the health system. No risk to try them. What a great thing. Isa, you were meant to be here today to help our friend Jay with their question. I love that. Thank you so much for coming to the lives. Those that are here now and those that watch in replay. If you're watching this back, you weren't here live, feel free to comment. I see all the comments and I'll get back to you. But this is it. This is community. You can give back. You can help somebody else by just showing up and being support for somebody. It's really great. I really appreciate that, Isa. Thank you. All right. So that's what's going on with me. Abdomen MRI, check. Colonoscopy, check. A little tip, a little thing, little nugget. If you are due for a colonoscopy and you need to do the process of fasting and then eliminating all the stuff from your colon, right? Um, they might prescribe a liquid that you have to drink to do that. It tasted terrible, it was awful. There are also pills available that you can ask if you could take the pill instead. You might have to pay a little more with your insurance, but if it's worth it to you to literally pay $40 for pills instead of chugging this liquid that tastes like something that would plumb your drains, like a no pun intended, but like Drano. Um, it would be worth it. Next time I do my colonoscopy, I'm taking pills. I'm not chugging that liquid. It was not. It made me feel like I was gonna throw up. Little tidbit there. Yeah. Little nugget of advice. Things that we want to talk about once we're of an age. Other fun things happening. I had a Friendsgiving this week. I was really craving that recently. I've been very busy with raising young kids, which is a blessing, loving my husband, which is like, finding just little pockets of moment to just like talk to each other sometimes because it can be busy. That I was like, I'm really craving some friend quality time, like thanking my friends and being with them. So I sent out an invite to just a bunch of people. And of course, not everybody can come when you do something like that, but I just picked a date that worked in our family calendar. And who could come came. And I made a white bean chicken chili and some cornbread and lit some candles and just had a great time hosting some people. And I hope you can get that in your life, especially this time of year. Surround yourself with good people, and accept people and love people. Nobody's perfect. Sometimes there are friends you're like, doesn't matter. People are people. Love them and it's really all good. It's such a great thing to I just love I just love talking to people and just smiling and laughing and stories and everything that comes with it. So having friends over for Friendsgiving filled my cup so much this week. And I really wish that for you. All right, Jay, last question. Please bring them on. Sorry, do you see a dermatologist as well for skin checks? You bet I do. I just went last week. Jay, I'm 41 and I feel like I am much older sometimes with my medical appointments. I kind of laugh about it because I'm so thankful right now that I stay home to raise my kids and do this. I do coaching and YouTube. And if I didn't stay home right now, I don't know how I would get all these appointments in. So yes, I see a dermatologist every 6 months actually, because I tend to get like um an allergic reaction in my skin every 6 months. So just went, everything's all good. I'll be there in 6 months again. So you bet. See the dermatologist. Yes. Yes. And yes. And the eye doctor. Oh man. Good stuff, right? I know. She said, "Me too." Like I'm like, "Who has time for all this stuff?" My calendar. I mean, it's always got something on there medically. Yeah, it does. But it's okay. It's all right because if it means I get to be here, to live longer, to see another day, to give a little more, to love a little more, uh, then it's worth it. It's 100% worth it. So that's the honest truth. All right. So let's see. What else can I do for you guys? I want to just put a link in the comments again that'll link to everything I have available. So if you're in treatment and you need help with items that could help you with chemo hair loss, with radiation, um, this link here is my Amazon shop that I've made categories to help you with that. So I have a radiation category there that maybe has like 5 products or something that really help during radiation, and a chemo list, and my favorite, the supplements I take, like exactly the supplements I take and is up to date are all in there. So I really encourage checking it out because it could help you or it could help a friend that is starting treatment. Maybe there's gift ideas which are so great. So I have that in there as well. And I just want to make sure you have access to these resources. Some of this is stuff I wish I knew about. Some of this is stuff I used directly and tried it and it worked. So please um, take a look. This next link I put in is marinablackford.info. If you are starting chemo, I have a free chemo checklist that you can download that will help you feel prepared for chemo day. Please go there and grab that. It is something I spent time working on. I'm so happy I put that together. This is the exact checklist I used when I was prepping a chemo bag, and it could really help you or someone you know. So please grab that or share it. All right. My doggies are going crazy. I have a corgi puppy who's 9 months old and he's a little nutty and a terrier. So they do not like that I'm not giving them attention right now. I'm going to go spend time with my doggies. I'm going to go text a friend and I'm going to be live again next week. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And I'm so happy you were here. I'm so happy you were here to comment, Jay. Jay says it is so helpful to have a mentor through this process. I love that you do this for people. Thank you for being here. I created this channel with the pure mission of helping people through chemo, sharing those tips. At times, I have wavered on how much I could show up. I'm going to be honest, because I'm like, I've done all the videos, but something about the lives are really magic. And I'm just so happy you showed up today. So thank you. We have someone hop on. You came just in time. Ruiz says, hello, just seen this live. Just want to jump in here and say I got my first Zoladex shot yesterday. I was fearful and I didn't feel a thing. Yay! So just in case anyone is nervous about this, I'm so glad you shared that. Zoladex is a shot that you can have every 4 weeks during chemo to protect your ovaries. So if you are trying to get back to a regular menstrual cycle, or you want to possibly have children again, Zoladex is going to help protect your ovaries. So I did that as well. And you're right. It's just a shot. I didn't like it personally. I'm so glad you shared. But here's what you can do. If you're worried about like the shot, that you can ask them just to spray the skin with the little cold spray that nurses have, and it just numbs it. They spray it. They just pinch and they just do it, and it's quick and it's done. I'm so thankful you shared that. It's fine. It's just like you just get it done, right? Remember, you got to. I want to share this with you really, really quick. You guys want to remember why you're doing all of this, and that will help you through this process. If I'm trying to be cancer free, if I'm trying to have, children again someday after this is all over, if I'm trying to grow my hair back, you can get there. It's all worth it. You just have to get there one step at a time, put in the work, and remember the goal. Remember where you're going. So on those days that everything just feels like it's just going crazy, just take a breath, take the next step, and you're going to get there. Just keep the faith. I promise. I'm praying for you guys. I love you guys. And I hope you have a great, great day. I'll see you really soon. Happy Thanksgiving. If I don't see you next week.